Hello there, my name is KJKS and today I'm going to be making a build video. Right now I'm recording very late at night, and the reason being is because I'm very self-conscious about the way that I talk on camera, and I feel very awkward about the way that I talk. And recently I have had the pleasure of knowing that my family is going to be watching my videos more often, and that freaks me out because I started the channel so I can possibly get subscribers or whatever, but I tried to continue the channel because I'm trying my best to become more confident in myself and the way that I talk and the way that I present myself. I'm still not confident enough to show my face on camera or even say my real name, but I feel like if I'm able to talk enough to the camera or try to converse properly or try to not have a shaky voice or a wavering voice, I'll be able to actually get through this a bit. But I'm very much a nervous person, and I'm not even gonna lie, my first videos when I was trying to record my voice, my first videos were straight up me wavering and having 30 takes, and the take would be so short that I just delete the entire recording and just put the audio, the music audio, to normal volume and just have it play out to the end. I'm still very self-conscious about my voice, but at least now I'm not taking 30 takes to record 20-minute long audio or 30-minute long audio in this case. So yeah, I don't know where I left off at. I was just looking at my recording and I just saw how it zoomed past. But I am right now at I'm trying to figure out what to make this build out of, and I decided to leave it at a lodging area. What I mean by lodging is there's one main area, a lodge area, and then there's another area that is not really a lodge area. It's more the main area, which I'm not building yet. The main area is the lodge, which is designed after the Fortnite Weeping Woods area. And the part that I'm working on right now that has caused me so much grief, because I was trying to figure out what should I put in here, what should I put in here. It is the Forest Rangers lodgings. So it's not just the Forest Rangers lodgings, it's also anybody, any campers who need extra batteries or need flashlights or need lanterns that lost a bar of soap in the woods somewhere. That's really bad for the bears, but they lost a bar of soap. Maybe they can just go to the lodge and just pick up some soap. I also at the end I was trying to figure out where in the what should I do with the wall space, because I didn't want to use anything from base game that I didn't really need in the house. And for the house I did need stairs, I did need I needed stairs, I needed windows and doors, I needed fences, and I needed handrails, and that's the only stuff that I really used. Oh, and roofs as well. And that's the only stuff that I really used in the game that's actually not outdoor retreat. And those were mandatory build items that they didn't introduce in the Sims, in outdoor retreat, not the Sims. I honestly was very confused, just genuinely, why in the world those swatches don't make sense. There's this window that I love these windows from the base game. I think it's called like Mega Deluxe or something. But these windows have a certain swatch that's like a dark reddish brown and a white, a blue and a white, a dark rich brown, and I think like an orangish brown. And the window colors don't ever match properly, and I was looking for like an actual like proper looking color, and none of them worked, and it was like really annoying to like deal with. Also, you can see while I'm like raising these lanterns high, every single time I press the 9 key, the lanterns would just automatically, I said automatically, why did I say that? The lanterns would just automatically change my reshade. I think I have like clear bloom reshade, which I think is a reshade from Picture Amobe, but it changes the like color in your game to be like more of like a naturalish look, kinda, I guess. It changes it to have this more of a, I want to say washed out, but it's like calmer. It's not as bright or like crazy on the eyes. It's just really calm and neutral. So yeah, I kind of like how the reshade looks. I've been putting a lot of reshades in like CC in my game. I love CC just in general. I'm a CC junkie. But all of these items that I'm putting on, like the pictures on the walls, those pictures that I've been putting on the walls, those are all like, I was gonna say default set dressing, but no, they are like placeholders, because I did not know what I want to put on that wall. I was trying to figure out what in the world I wanted to do with like the pictures and stuff, and I kind of want to stick to my whole entire only base game items, but I mean not base game items, only outdoor retreat items, but I couldn't think of what in the world could like actually be used there. So I just put shelves and stuffed animals on the shelves, kind of like to be more like a gift shop type of thing. Like it has a gift shop area, and they have like little teddy bears or teddy deers. Teddy deers. I'm sorry. They have little like teddy reindeers on the shelves to be like, oh yeah, this is the lodge's mascot. You can buy a lodge like t-shirt or lodge this, lodge that at the campsite, at the Ranger's Lodge. But since there was so much different kinds of outdoor retreat, I said outdoor retreat. Does that make sense? I don't know if that actually made sense in my sentence that I was gonna set up. But since there's so much different items in this pack, I did not know exactly, like there's different styles but similar aesthetics from these items, and they all shared the same purpose. So the only thing that I can actually think of was to put them in like a hotel, which would be so amazing if hotels actually worked in this game, because in the way that it's set up right now in the game is that if you loaded this lot into your game, it's a rental, and it'll be only classified as a rental, so you'll only be able to receive, is that the word? But you'll only be able to use this lot or utilize this lot by paying 1,000 something a day. I think maybe even 2,000 something a day for this gigantic lot that could fit, that can house like, that can board like a couple, like two families, I feel, because there's like multiple double beds, and there's like the camping grounds, so like there's a lot of people that could like benefit from sleeping in this area. I am pretty sure I used every single item. I hope I used every single item, because now I feel like in the pit of my stomach that I didn't use a cot, and I hope I did. Oh, I'm gonna have to check to see if I used a cot. If I didn't, I'm gonna add it in the thing, but I'm gonna make sure that this is actually like stuck true. But I'm gonna make sure it's actually stuck true. And the thing is, if you were to go to the gallery and like look for the item, like not the item, the build in the gallery, it's going to show up as a modded item, because a modded build, because I have a overlay for my walls, and I'm pretty sure I didn't paint one wall, and I don't know which wall I didn't paint. I have no idea which wall I didn't paint. So that's going to be an interesting development. I hope I painted it. I don't know. But yeah, I was at this point trying to figure out what to do with this like area in the world. This area on the lot. And then I realized that these trees are in the way, because I have to put the rest of these items somewhere, and the lot and like the build, the actual main lodge, ended up looking so empty. I was gonna do like this huge big lodge, and then I realized if I do this huge big lodge, it's gonna be so like empty. And I realized, I'm using the word realize a lot, I've come to notice. I have noticed that the lot was already extremely empty to begin with. So I had to like use a reference picture, which was the Weeping Woods Lodge from Fortnite. I used that as a reference picture to figure out like how big things were, and to like do it from scale. Only the front, because I couldn't really I didn't really want to do the rest of it. I only did like the main parts that I remembered, which was brown not tiles, but brown wood, an opening, and a fire pit area with like this really long like fireplace furnace, what is it called? A chimney, really long chimney, and it was all made of stone. And I was gonna use this certain it's called masonry in the game, but it's like this stone wall in the game that's base game, and I was like, oh, this would be so perfect. And then I realized I'm trying to use as little base game items as possible. Maybe, just maybe, I can use what's it called? It was foundations. Yes, foundations. And the smallest little problem with it was the fact that it had walls. No, the foundations didn't reach all the way to the top, which is something that I kind of a little bit annoyed about. It's kind of kind of lazy about. I really wish that you can actually go from the bottom, the top floor, and go down for foundations. That would be pretty cool. So you can have I want to say shallow roofs, shallow ceilings, but you can have ceilings that go down one level or go up one level, because I live in an apartment that has I live in a place where they have one area has really tall ceilings, and the hallway area has pretty short shallow ceilings. So why don't we mimic real life? I was looking at the while building, I was looking at the green roof, and it was so jarring. It looked so gross to me, and it still does look gross to me. The whole build looks gross in general to me, to be quite honest. I kind of find it a bit grotesque looking, in the nicest possible way. I find it really disturbing. Not really disturbing, because I did make it and it is a masterpiece, but I did find it kind of like, I'm sorry, I had to be a little arrogant because I've come to notice that I'm very like down on myself. And if I'm just a tiny bit arrogant, it's not going to do anyone any harm just for me to feel better about myself. So I'm just going to be a little bit more arrogant from now on. Hopefully it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. But I don't know why I went to this whole tangent about me being arrogant, wanting to feel arrogant. I've noticed from my family that I go on very long tangents, very long rambles in my previous video. Most definitely my previous video. My previous video was the Aries video, and I went on this whole tangent, and I didn't even realize that I did, about not hating people, but disliking the fact that people wear flip-flops all the time. It is actual genuine pet peeve of mine. I don't like it when people wear flip-flops all the time. I really just don't. My parents were just like, what do you mean you hate people wearing flip-flops all the time? You know what? I'm gonna wear flip-flops all the time. And I'm just like, I don't want to see your toes. I don't want to see your toes. Simple. I mean, my feet get hot sometimes, and I have the decency to put on socks. We don't need to see your toes every single second. Like, there's one thing to be like on the beach wearing your slippers or wearing your sandals, or at home just like walking around barefoot, or just like, I don't know, only place I can think of is on the beach, at home, or in a pool where you'd be barefoot and other people would see you. I understand those areas because you're not gonna be at your home, or you're not gonna, I mean, right now you are gonna be at your home all the time, but you're not gonna be like at your home with a bunch of people around, like a bunch of people, like strangers around you that you barely know, just like having your feet all out in the open. And when you're on the beach, no one's really caring about your toes. Actually, no one's really caring about your toes at all. But no one's really caring about your feet when you're at the beach, because it's in the sand, ouch, or it's in the water, cold, brr. And no one's looking at anything when you're in the pool, because you can barely see when you're in the pool unless you have goggles on. I'm sorry, but genuinely still grossed out about the whole, like, people with the feet. Like, you don't need to wear sandals all the time. I'm sorry. It's just a genuine pet peeve of mine ever since, like, my family used to live in Vegas before we moved to the place that we live now, and I just see a bunch of people wear sandals, and it grossed me out. It really did, because I'm just like, who needs to see your feet? Does your feet need to be on display 24/7? Cover it up. I'm sorry, it's just like it was like clutching pearls moment. Like, oh my gosh, scandalous. Like, it's above the knee. I'm seeing toes. Like, I'm sorry. That was the grossest. Like, it was like a chortle inside of my cheeks. I'm sorry, that was gross. But I was looking, like, it'll be like in schools and stuff, and like what really got to me is that the school that I went to had a dress code against leggings, and I got dress coded because I wore leggings. But there wasn't a dress code against people who wore flip-flops or sandals or Crocs. I mean, Crocs aren't as bad, they're not as offensive because it's not literally open-toed, but I can see your toes. Cover your toes. Like, I'm fine with people wearing socks and sandals. You don't need to wear your shoe. You don't need to wear. I'm sorry, I'm still hung up about this whole shoe thing. My parents were like, "Oh, that's so irrational. Why are you like? Maybe you should like stop talking about the fact about like people's feet." And I'm just like, yeah, maybe I should. It's a logical thing to ask somebody. Maybe don't talk about people's feet. Yeah. I'm actually like thinking to myself, actually, I now know that my family members watch my videos because I saw like comments from my aunt who lives in a different country. Shout out Trinidad and Tobago, by the way. I got Trini from the bush. I got a message from my aunt who lives in a different country, and she was like, "Oh, I love your like your voice is so calming," which normally my voice is like quite irritating. I actually pride myself in that, to be honest. But I got a comment from my aunt, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, your voice is so calming," and I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And then it like sunk in, oh, she watched my video and played it with the audio on. That means I can't just ramble on and say whatever I want. So I feel like I'm gonna have to like edit this heavily, but at the same time, if I do edit this at all, it will take hours. And I'm at the point where I'm just like, anything goes, literally just slap an outro on it and post it, because I already finished the thumbnail, I already recorded the video, I already posted it up on the gallery. All I have to do is like upload it, put a description, and that's it. And I'm a bit nervous because I don't know how awkward I sound. Like, I know that I'm weird. I know that I act strange in real life. I know this because, okay, you know that you're weird when a stranger tells you that you're weird. Like a person that you don't know or you've never like spoken to before tells you, "Yo, you're kind of weird." This person just out of the blue was like, "Oh yeah, I think you're a little bit strange. Are you okay?" Which, those two things back to back is an oxymoron. You don't ask somebody, you don't tell somebody you're kind of strange and then ask them, "Are you okay?" That's not a thing that goes on in real life. I feel like someone needs to tell that person, maybe don't. Like, they came up to me while I was at work. They work at the same place that I work. I think they still work there. I could be wrong. They might have gotten fired or gotten like or like quit their job. But they told me while I was working. Actually, they told me while I was on a break, because I was talking about something and I just like kept on rambling on and on, similar to what I'm doing now, but way worse. I was rambling on and on about like some randomness. And they, like, out of the middle of nowhere was like, "Yo, you're kind of weird. Like, you're kind of strange." I was like, "Thank you." I pride myself on that. And then they looked at me straight face and said, "Are you okay?" And I was so confused by that. Like, why would you tell me that I'm weird and then ask if I'm okay? That, like, I'm still kind of like shocked that someone would say, "Are you okay?" Like, it's not been a while. I spoke to them like, what was it, like near Thanksgiving? So not like too far off, but far off enough to be like, why are you still dwelling on it? But I'm still like thinking about it. Like, why would you ask somebody, "Are you okay?" after telling them that they're strange and you've never spoken to them before? And this is the first time I've ever had a conversation with this person. And they're like, "Are you okay? You're kind of strange." I'm still dwelling on it. I have a habit of dwelling on certain things that make no sense, that people don't really dwell on or people don't really care enough to dwell upon. And I just make it my entire identity. I feel like that is like a common thing, like for people to dwell on certain things, but it's like an unnatural habit of mine. It's not that healthy, to be honest. Let me just catch up on what I was doing on the build, because I just kept on ranting and rambling on about nothing, about things that I thought about a while ago that kind of just still sticks in my brain for some reason. I really do have a habit of rambling on and just like talking about meaningless things. But, however, this video is, I was trying to figure out what to do with the picnic tables, the picnic basket, the picnic tables, because there's 3 separate picnic tables. I don't know why you need 3 separate picnic tables and 6 years to do skin tones properly for only PC. But I'm sorry, I'll never stop talking about the fact that Sims 4 took 6 years to do skin tones properly for only PC. And when they did it properly, they didn't even do it properly. They messed up on genetics, the genetic part of it. They're like, oh yeah, since people don't really play with families, who really cares about having Sims that like look like their parents? But I'm sorry, I think I just need a moment to calm myself down, because I've been kind of like antsy whenever I make my videos, make these videos, not really when I make the videos, but when I record my audio for the videos, because I have to listen to my audio, play it back later on, and I kind of can't stand hearing my voice. And I know for a fact that my parents are gonna watch the video later on and be like, oh wow, you made a video? Wow, a video. And they're gonna play it on the TV pretty damn loud. And that's gonna kind of scar me. I really just don't like hearing my voice in general. So hearing it on a TV sounds weird. I don't feel like I sound like myself. That's what I feel like. It just doesn't sound like me, to be quite honest. But I was trying to figure out what to do with that lighting fixture thingy. It's like a tree branch with 2 flowers on the end of it. I don't know what that's supposed to be at all. And I would really like it if somebody can actually explain to me what the purpose of that light fixture thingy is supposed to be. What house would that generally entail? What house would generally want to have that type of light fixture? I can understand the others somewhat. I had to try to utilize one of them as something that's not it. I had to put it as a sconce on the wall, and I'm thinking about my clumsy self, and I would be ramming myself and stabbing myself with those branches constantly. And I was using the other ones, the poles with the paper lanterns on it, as something basic and plain. But I'm thinking about those light fixtures, and I can't think the flower ones with the 2 flowers on it, and I can't really think of a actual use for those. In real life, where would you put it? How would you utilize that? I feel like that's a novelty item that you just get at some place, and you're like, oh, this reminds me of memories, let's put it in the attic. I feel like that's the type of vibe that I get from it. But here, I'm kind of winding down the video. It's just me putting some extra little pieces, bits and bobs in there. I'm replacing all the items that I put in the build as placeholders, I was about to say cats, but all of the items that are base game items, this is the part where I replace all of them, and I've been saving a lot because I'm scared that my game will crash on me. So yeah, I am gonna be signing out. thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a great day, and bye.